Most people don't struggle dating a Gemini man because he's complicated. They struggle because they misunderstand him from the beginning. And once that misunderstanding sets in, everything he does starts getting misread. Let's fix that. He's not indecisive. The biggest myth about Gemini men, that they're indecisive. They're not. They're curious. There's a difference. An indecisive person avoids commitment because they're unsure. A Gemini man explores options because he's analyzing. He wants to understand how you think, how you react, how you handle tension, how you communicate when things aren't easy. If you rush him, you'll assume he's uncertain. He isn't. He's gathering information. He tests intellect, not loyalty. Most men test loyalty. Gemini men test intelligence. He pays attention to how you argue, how you respond when corrected, how you interpret nuance. He'll joke about serious topics. He'll debate lightly. He'll challenge your opinions, not to dominate, but to measure depth. If you get defensive, he notices. If you get curious, he notices that too. Dating a Gemini man isn't about proving you're loyal. It's about proving you can think. Why he seems hot and cold. This is where most people panic. He was intense last week. Now he's quieter. Gemini men don't shift emotionally without reason. They shift when stimulation changes. If conversation becomes repetitive, if emotional energy becomes predictable, if growth slows, he pulls back, not to punish you, but because stagnation drains him. To a Gemini man, mental boredom feels like emotional disconnection, and if he feels disconnected mentally, he won't fake emotional intensity. When he starts detaching, here's the part people don't see clearly. When a Gemini man starts detaching, he doesn't explode. He reduces effort. He stops correcting misunderstandings. He stops explaining his perspective twice. He stops debating. That's silence. That's not confusion. That's evaluation. If he's still arguing, he still cares. If he's silent, he's deciding. And once he decides something internally, he doesn't reverse easily. What he actually needs dating a Gemini man isn't about controlling him. It's about stimulating him. He needs conversation that evolves, emotional maturity during disagreement, space without suspicion, trust without interrogation. Clinginess suffocates him, not because he doesn't want connection, but because he values freedom within connection. The more secure you are, the more consistent he becomes. Why people lose him? Most people lose a Gemini man quietly, not through betrayal, through complacency. They stop engaging deeply. They stop being curious. They stop growing. And because Gemini men don't always announce dissatisfaction loudly, it feels sudden when they leave. But it wasn't sudden to him. He already processed it. He already measured the pattern. He already accepted what wasn't changing. How to keep him? If you want to keep a Gemini man, understand this. He doesn't need perfection. He needs progression. Show him you're evolving. Show him you can handle uncomfortable conversations. Show him you're emotionally steady when things aren't exciting. If he feels mentally stimulated and emotionally respected, he becomes consistent, loyal, protective of the connection. But if he feels boxed in, misunderstood, or intellectually alone, he'll detach before you even realize you're losing him. Dating a Gemini man isn't chaotic, it's strategic. He observes more than he reacts. He evaluates more than he announces. And if you understand that early, you won't mistake clarity for coldness. If this helped you understand something you've experienced, subscribe. This channel explains the psychology behind the patterns people feel, but don't always understand. And if you've dated a Gemini man, be honest in the comments. Did it feel intense, or did it feel misunderstood?